Good day everybody, my name is Stefano Conti from Parma, Italy, and today I'd like to share with you kind of a new concept in achieving aesthetics around implants. And well, anytime we think about aesthetics around implants, we should think about the form, the volume. Missing the tooth, we'll be missing bone and soft tissue. So we should know how to manage the bone, but also, even more importantly, we should know how to manipulate the soft tissue. But then the components as well are key to understand how to recreate the ideal volume, the ideal aesthetics. The implant, the abutment, and then prosthetic contours with new materials. Okay, about the implant, we're talking about a new implant, the Prama implant, with a specific neck, a new concept, advanced design of implant. And according to the new design, we have a specific neck that is going to help us in achieving a stable soft tissue, a stable biologic seal, which allows us to work from a prosthetic point of view, reshaping and reshaping the soft tissue. I'm going to give you an example. Here we need to place an implant, and as you can see, I have part of the neck which is exposed. But this is what I want, because I'm achieving two different results. Once, I'm placing the implant in the ideal 3D positioning, 2 to 4 millimeters from ideal gingival level. I don't have to push my implant deep inside into the bone. And then I have part of the neck which is exposed, and there where I got the biologic seal. So, in a way, I have the vertical platform switching. The micro gap is far from the bone. That means crestal bone stability. And as you can see, with the vertical platform switching, we have the advantages in the second surgery to start from the very beginning to reshape the soft tissue around the implant with the provisional, with the temporary crown. So temporary is always another key to understand how to shape and reshape the soft tissue around the implant until we get to the final outcome. And working with this kind of concept, we can really achieve a predictable aesthetic outcome. And now I'm going to show you with another case, all right? So this is the final outcome, but the question always is, what about the abutment? Which kind of abutment? And which kind of prosthetic contours and materials we can utilize in order to achieve a predictable aesthetic outcome? Well, I'm going to show you now another case. I've been placing an implant with a long neck Prama, and as you can see, the neck is exposed, which I like it because I know at that level I'm going to have a biologic seal. And then I can fill the area with biomaterials just as a scaffold in order to keep the volume. I don't care about the bone. If I've got bone, I have bone in the space maintaining defect. If I don't have bone, I have soft tissue. So I start the soft tissue conditioning with a temporary crown. And this is what I can achieve from the very beginning just with the provisional, a peri-implant soft tissue conditioning. Then comes the time for the final crown. And as you can see in the slide, we have two different levels. The adherence zone, where I have the peri-implant soft tissue contact, and the sealing zone, where I have the plaque zone, which are the subcritical contour and the critical contour. And the question is, what about the one abutment one time? Do I really need to work and think like this? Well, to be honest, anytime we place a Prama and we look at the positioning of Prama, you can see that the question how deep is bone below gingiva is important, but is not crucial as much as when we place a bone level implant. And at the end of the day, we have the positioning of the implant, which is still ideal from a 3D perspective. It is ideal because we got the micro gap, which is from 2 to 4 millimeters from the ideal gingival margin. So the placement is ideal from a prosthetic point of view. But again, we're dealing with a subcritical contour from the connection, implant abutment connection to the free gingival margin, and we're dealing with the critical contour. And at this stage, we know that we can manipulate the soft tissue, reshaping the subcritical contour and the critical contour as many times as we want without harming the quality of bone, without harming the quality of the soft tissue. So from the provisional to the final outcome, this is what we can achieve with ease and predictability. As you can see in the X-ray, we have the neck, which is in part exposed to the soft tissue, and we have the biologic seal. And the apical part of the neck is also integrated. Because we got the biologic seal. The real biologic seal is right there, apical to the micro gap. And the critical contour, well, if we want to modify the critical contour in order to reshape the ideal gingival architecture, we can do it. We can do it without harming the quality of the peri-implant soft tissue. Again, we can remove the crown, we can reshape the critical contour of the crown, and then we can replace as many times as we want the crown without harming the quality of the peri-implant soft tissue. And as you can see, we can play at two different levels. The subcritical contour, which is made of zirconia, and the critical contour, which is made of ceramic. We can remove and replace the crown as many times as we want without harming the quality of the peri-implant soft tissue. This is what we can achieve with that, with ease and predictability. This is the final outcome with the benefit of one-piece implant and the advantages of two-stage implant. If you want to know more about this, please stay tuned. Thank you so much.